Are you making these common personal finance mistakes? You know, those little things that seem harmless at first but can snowball into major financial roadblocks? Today, we're diving into the top 5 personal finance mistakes you must avoid to secure your financial future. These are the mistakes I see people making all the time, and trust me, they can really hold you back from achieving your financial goals. So, let's get right into it. Okay, let's be real, budgeting isn't exactly the most exciting thing in the world. It's not like anyone jumps out of bed in the morning pumped to update their spreadsheet. But here's the thing, budgeting is the foundation of sound financial management. It's like building a house without a blueprint. You might start putting up walls, but eventually, the whole thing's gonna collapse. A budget gives you a clear picture of your income and expenses. It shows you where your money is going each month, and helps you identify areas where you can cut back. Without a budget, it's incredibly easy to overspend without even realizing it. Think about those daily coffees, those impulse purchases, those subscriptions you forgot you even had. They all add up. And the worst part? Failing to budget can lead to a mountain of debt. When you don't track your spending, you're more likely to rely on credit cards to make ends meet. And we all know how dangerous those high interest rates can be. It's a vicious cycle that's tough to break free from. But here's the good news. Budgeting doesn't have to be complicated. There are tons of apps and tools out there that make it easier than ever. You can use the 50/30/20 rule, zero-based budgeting, or whatever method works best for you. The key is to find a system that you can stick to. Trust me, once you start budgeting and see where your money is actually going, you'll be amazed at how much control you have over your finances. It's like taking the wheel of your financial future instead of riding in the back seat with no say in where you're going. So, ditch the excuses, embrace the budget, and watch your financial health soar. Let's talk about high-interest debt, the silent wealth killer lurking in the shadows of your finances. We're talking credit cards, payday loans, those buy now, pay later schemes, anything with an interest rate that would make even a seasoned investor sweat. This stuff is dangerous, guys, and it can absolutely decimate your financial progress. Here's the deal. High-interest debt is like a financial anchor, weighing you down and preventing you from reaching your goals. Every dollar you pay in interest is a dollar that isn't going towards building your savings, investing for the future, or enjoying life's experiences. It's like throwing money into a bottomless pit. And the worst part? High-interest debt has this nasty habit of snowballing out of control. Those minimum payments? They're designed to keep you trapped in a cycle of debt for as long as possible. You end up paying thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars in interest over the lifetime of the loan. It's insane. So how do you escape this high-interest debt trap? First and foremost, stop digging. Put those credit cards on ice, avoid those predatory lenders, and focus on paying down your existing debt as aggressively as possible. Consider strategies like the debt snowball method, where you focus on paying off your smallest debt first to gain momentum, or the debt avalanche method, where you prioritize the debt with the highest interest rate to save the most money on interest charges. Remember, becoming debt-free takes time, discipline, and a solid plan. But trust me, the feeling of financial freedom that comes with conquering your debt is priceless. It's like a weight lifted off your shoulders, freeing you to pursue your financial dreams without limitations. Chapter 3. No emergency fund? You're one emergency away from disaster. Imagine this. Your car breaks down, you lose your job, or an unexpected medical bill lands in your lap. These aren't just hypothetical situations, guys. They're realities that can strike at any time. And without an emergency fund, you're one unexpected expense away from complete financial chaos. An emergency fund is your financial safety net. It's that cushion of cash you can tap into when life throws you a curveball without having to resort to high-interest debt or depleting your hard-earned savings. Think of it as your financial peace of mind, knowing that you're prepared for whatever life throws your way. So, how much should you have in your emergency fund? A good rule of thumb is to aim for 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses. This may seem like a lot, especially when you're first starting out, but trust me, it's worth it. Start small, even if it's just $50 or $100 a month, and gradually build up your fund over time. Where should you keep your emergency fund? You want it to be easily accessible, so a high-yield savings account or a money market account is a good option. Avoid investing your emergency fund in the stock market, as you don't want its value to fluctuate when you need it most. Remember, life is unpredictable, but by having an emergency fund in place, you can navigate those unexpected events with confidence, knowing that you have the financial resources to weather the storm. It's like having an umbrella on a rainy day. You might not need it every day, but when you do, you'll be glad you have it. Chapter 4. Not investing. You're missing out on free money. Let's talk about investing because frankly, if you're not investing, you're missing out on one of the most powerful wealth-building tools available. I know investing can seem intimidating, especially for beginners. But trust me, it's not as complicated as it seems, and the potential rewards far outweigh the risks. Here's the thing. When you invest your money, you're essentially putting it to work for you. Instead of sitting idle in a savings account earning a measly interest rate, your money is out there in the market, growing and compounding over time. It's like planting a seed and watching it grow into a mighty tree. And the earlier you start investing, the better. Why? Because of the magic of compound interest. Compound interest is essentially interest earned on interest. Over time, even small amounts of money can grow exponentially. It's like a snowball rolling downhill, gathering more and more snow as it goes. So, how do you get started with investing? First, educate yourself. There are tons of resources available online, in books, and through financial advisors. Learn about different investment vehicles like stocks, bonds, and mutual funds, and determine which ones align with your risk tolerance and financial goals. Next, open an investment account. There are many online brokerage platforms that make it easy and affordable to get started. Start small, even if it's just a few dollars a week, and gradually increase your contributions over time. Remember, investing is a marathon, not a sprint. There will be ups and downs in the market, but by staying disciplined and committed to your long-term goals, you can harness the power of compound interest and build a secure financial future. Chapter 5. Lifestyle inflation, the sneaky enemy of wealth. Have you ever noticed how your spending tends to increase as your income grows? You get a raise, you buy a nicer car, you get a promotion, you upgrade your apartment. This, my friends, is called lifestyle inflation, and it's one of the sneakiest enemies of wealth building. Here's the deal. Lifestyle inflation is a silent killer of your financial goals. It's like a leak in your financial ship, slowly but surely draining your wealth over time. You work hard, you earn more money, but instead of saving and investing that extra income, you end up spending it on things you don't really need. The problem with lifestyle inflation is that it's often disguised as progress. We're conditioned to believe that more money equals a better life, and while that can be true to some extent, it's important to remember that true wealth isn't about how much you spend, it's about how much you keep. So how do you combat lifestyle inflation? First and foremost, be mindful of your spending habits. Track your expenses, identify areas where you're prone to lifestyle creep, and set spending limits for yourself. Just because you can afford to buy something doesn't mean you should. Next, prioritize saving and investing over material possessions. Remember, the goal is to build long-term wealth, not to impress your neighbors with the latest gadgets or designer clothes. Automate your savings and investments so you're consistently putting money aside before you have a chance to spend it. And finally, focus on experiences over material possessions. Studies have shown that experiences bring more lasting happiness than material goods. So, instead of buying that fancy new watch, invest in a memorable trip, a concert, or a weekend getaway with loved ones. So there you have it, the top 5 personal finance mistakes you absolutely must avoid. Remember, achieving financial success isn't about being born rich or winning the lottery. It's about making smart choices, developing good financial habits, and avoiding common pitfalls that can derail your progress. Avoiding these mistakes can set you on the path to financial success. It's about taking control of your finances, making informed decisions, and building a secure future for yourself and your loved ones. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more personal finance tips. And hey, share this video with a friend or family member who could benefit from these tips. Let's spread the knowledge and empower each other to achieve financial freedom.